Isolate the infinitive. The 9 forms of the irregular verb be. Change can be both good or bad. That's why I want progress. The traditional way of teaching 5 forms of a verb is outdated because it's limiting. I'm not speaking about the 5 properties of a verb: mood, tense, voice, number, and person. First, let's conjugate change of forms of the verb teach. Number 1, the base form and present tense are the same for every verb except one. I will teach verbs. English only has 2 tenses. Will is not a tense. Modal verbs don't play that role. Aspects are a subcategory of tenses. More about that in the future. Past tense, yesterday I taught verbs. Number 3, present participle, I am teaching. 4, past participle, I should have taught 6 forms. I made a mistake years ago by teaching only 5. Third person present singular, he teaches verbs daily. He, she, or it, or substitute with a name in the present tense. 6, the infinitive, I am going to teach another verb. Grammarians classify the infinitive with the base form, and that's fine for the bare infinitive, but not with the infinitive marker to. Anyone who's ever taught modal verbs and infinitive marker know they don't go well together. I will to teach? No. Infinitives are verbals. That means they function as a different part of speech, such as a noun, adjective, or adverb. Other verbals get their own form. What do you have against the infinitive? I am teaching. Teaching is an adjective. I like infinitives. I believe infinitives deserve the same respect, and here are 4 reasons why. 1, rather than using the same words going to over and over when you write, when you use infinitive with the infinitive marker with to, you get a more varied writing. Makes you better writers. 2, some infinitives, since infinitives now have their own form, because you agree with me, students will be less likely to make the error of mixing modal verbs with infinitive marker to. Number 3, it helps discriminate between parts of speech. To plus verb equals infinitive. To plus noun equals preposition. Prepositional phrases do not contain the subject of a sentence and use the object pronoun. With knowledge of that, you'll not make the mistake of subject-verb agreement. I even sometimes make that. And you'll use a proper verb. And number 4, we want to simplify for English language learners and give them more practice. Why should they have to choose between the base form and infinitive when they could do both? Writing 1 extra sentence is not a reasonable request. And the disadvantage of teaching infinitive as a form? None. Now, let's look at the 9 forms of the irregular verb be. Base form and present tense are different. I should be making lunch. See, if we leave out the modal verb, we'll look like a YouTube comment. We don't want to look dumb like that, do we? Present tense singular, I am. Present tense plural, we are. Third person present singular, he is. Past tense singular, I was. Past tense plural, we were. Present participle, I am being nice. Past participle, I could have been nicer. Infinitive, it's good to be alive. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 forms of the king of irregular verbs, be. I will be teaching the 9 forms of be for the rest of my life. And that is more than progress. That is future progressive. Future progressive aspects, subcategory tenses. For my workbooks, I'll put links below online. Quite simple, story on one side, worksheet with the forms on the other. And for my teacher's guide, I'll put a link below so you can go on Amazon and take a look and see if it's right for you. And for those of you who teach the 9 forms of B, thank you, I'm sure you like this video. And for those of you who teach the 8, thumbs down and don't subscribe.